Welcome to the Rich TV show. I'm your host, Richard D'Souza, and we're going to talk about the hottest stocks of the day. We will also have the CEO of Cizzle Brands joining us, John Celenza. Symbol is CZZL in Canada, CZZLF in America, and they're now also listed in Frankfurt, Germany under the symbol 8YF. So take a look at Cizzle Brands. We will have the CEO on the show with us shortly. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, Rich, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Nice to see you as well.
Hey, my pleasure. I was waiting for Quench Hydration to be advertising at the Super Bowl. Is that coming next?
Maybe a couple of years from now, Rich. We're still in early growth mode, so it's a little too much money for a one-off.
Yeah, I get it. And speaking on the growth mode, that leads me to my first question, because you guys had some huge news last week. Let's talk about it. You guys are now in 75 London Drugs locations in Western Canada. You guys are hitting goal after goal after goal. Tell us about this and what it means for the company.
Yeah, so Rich, it's not really about the 75 stores in London Drugs. London Drugs is a great retailer. We're appreciative to be in those 7,500 doors. But what it's speaking to is the fact that we've incubated the brand in a select amount of retailers, and the brand's had unbelievable velocity. So now to hit that demand, you're going to see 75 retailers everywhere popping up across the country over the next coming months, coming weeks. Granted, it has to be the right retail partner, like a London Drugs, who has a phenomenal reputation and strong in the category. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's next year.
That's really exciting. I'm obviously in Vancouver, so London Drugs is right across the street from me. So I'm excited to be able to see it in the stores. Maybe I'll make some videos and I'll post it so people can see, hey, look, it's on the shelves at London Drugs. So very exciting to see that. Now I want to talk about your Q2. Your Q2 is a little bit slower during the holidays. So with everything you guys are doing, are you happy with where the company's at right now?
Absolutely, Rich. So for us, it was a strong Q2. Granted, you only really have 1 month of selling. A lot of the retailers run their inventory very thin that time of year. A lot of people have December 31st as a year end for their fiscal, so they want to be light on what they're holding in inventory. And January is traditionally a slower month for retail across the board as well. So for us to be able to hit our numbers in the way we did, which is majority off of velocity. So Q1 was a lot of pipe fill, getting the product in stores, and Q2 was just a testament of that product turning off the shelf. So now we're entering into Q3, and we're very excited for the growth that's going to come there, and Q4 should be even higher than that. So definitely satisfied with the quarters, and more so, what the quarters say is that not only are we getting the products on the shelves, but it's turning when it's on those shelves.
Now, there's a lot of exciting things happening with the company, including a US listing and a Frankfurt listing, which we've been talking about. So please tell us a little bit about this Frankfurt listing and what it means for German investors.
Yeah, so Quench is being sold internationally. Right now, it's with a lot of professional teams and organizations over in Europe. We have some investors in our business that actually play in the German Pro Hockey League as well. So the product's making its way through dressing rooms. You're going to see retail in Germany in particular start to open up in the near future here as well. So not only can they invest in the brand now, but they can be out there purchasing it and be a part of the story. So we're excited for what's going on overseas. Very authentic, once again routed in pro sports and making its way to the masses.
So there was also some huge news about volleyball, and volleyball is really, really big, especially in America. Can you tell us about the title sponsorship of the Canadian Volleyball Games? Do you feel this will give you a lot more exposure to different athletes?
Absolutely. And for us, it's very much a grassroots play as well, Rich. So, we like partnering with people that are doing things for the right reasons. So the All Canadian Volleyball Game was founded by Jerry D, who's the host of Family Feud in Canada. He's had his own show, significant part of the comedic community up here, to say the least. So Jerry has his daughters that are into sports. His one daughter in particular is going to be playing at Duke. So he got involved in the sport. He wanted to put something together similar to the All Canadian basketball program that we have up here. And he was able to do that, securing top talent and putting on an event that he could really be proud of. So Jerry came to us. He thought Quench would be the perfect fit just for everything that we stand for. So for us to take that on and have an event like that, to cement ourselves in that community and also give back to the kids and the grassroots and the families. And in particular, this is a female-centric event. which we're very proud of as well. It was just a great fit for all the right reasons.
Congratulations on all of these amazing pieces of news. And it seems like you guys are just putting out news consistently with new acquisitions, new partnerships, new relationships, new athletes, new products. Speaking of new products, we've talked a lot about Quench Hydration. Can you talk a little bit about Spoken Nutrition and a little bit about what that is and how it's different than Quench Hydration?
Yeah. So Spoken is a supplement line. We have 11 products, 13 different SKUs. It's the best of the best. So everything from our sleep builder product to our greens product to our daily vitamin packs, it's absolute best in class. It was formulated and designed by the top doctors, nutritionists, dietitians, strength coaches, and all of pro sports from a variety of different disciplines. And what we're doing with that product right now is we're launching it in training facilities throughout the United States of America, where you find a lot of pro athletes, CEOs, entrepreneurs, you name it, people that are kind of in that, 1 to 2 percentile of what they want to be putting in their body. So that's the start of it. And then from there, there's definitely some heroes out of those SKUs that are going to make its way to the masses. So a great revenue driver for us, for sure, but also a great door opener and really very much acts as an R&D arm as well, right? We talked about greens in the past where AG1 was a phenomenon. Now we have a superior greens product that we're getting into those niche circles that will make its way to mass. Sleep is a massive topic right now, something that our team is very schooled in from previous roles with different brands. So we have the sleep builder product that the pro athletes are all using right now. Their watches are all green when they're waking up in the morning, set recovering like no other. So that's another product that we can look to bring mass. So between the R&D that accomplished it and the revenues and the doors it opens up, it's a great fit for our portfolio of brands.
With some of these companies that do IPOs, they don't always have success like you guys have, but you guys have been a huge success since your IPO. The IPO started around 30 cents. You guys hit a low of 18. You guys have hit a high of 63. You're currently sitting at 47.5 cents, been trading around 50 cents. So you guys are up well over 60% since the initial IPO. Can you talk a little bit about that, how the stock has performed, and maybe give us some ideas as to why you think it's performed so well?
I think it's people that are very familiar with our management team, Rich, and know what we're capable of and know that this is just the beginning. So for what we're accomplishing, and it's all exciting, it's stuff that we expect to do, Rich. So I think for the people that have bought right now, they know that it's the beginning and they know what this could look like. I mean, the category itself, beverage nutrition, is explosive, right? Monster, Celsius, two of the fastest growing stocks of all time. We're able to achieve similar type distribution and have similar volumes. This is just early days here. So the announcements aren't going to stop. That's just highlighting us in our everyday course of business. So, there's a lot of growth ahead of us for sure. So I think the early success just has people that know the industry, know our team.
Tell me a little bit about, as a CEO of Cizzle Brands, like what's your day like? Sounds like it's busy, because every time I talk to you, every week, you've got new news, new athletes, new partnerships. What's a day like as a CEO of a growing sports beverage company?
It all depends on the day of the week. Mondays, Rich, are usually to really get with the team, have those senior leadership meetings. And I find myself diving in like any entrepreneur on the areas that need the attention the most, right? So you're kind of always dealing with the harder stuff, so to speak. So it's just that fine line between your daily tasks and jumping on any grenades, but also making that time to look forward and plan. So I'm fortunate to be surrounded by a great experienced team here. So I'd say my days consist of a lot of just what's the most pressing item for sure. And when I'm in office, I want to make sure that that's what we're handling. And when I'm out of office, I want to make sure that I'm focused on the reasons why I'm out of office and giving the people that I'm meeting with and different people that we're talking to the attention that it deserves. So it's a fine line, but we're able to find that balance.
It's been a crazy start to the week with the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was a lot of fun. Did you get a chance to watch any of those Super Bowl commercials?
I did. I watched the game with some friends. I thought it would be a closer game for sure, but we did have some laughs over the commercials and some of the things that were going on. So Super Bowl is always a great time, and definitely had a fair share of steak and chicken wings, to say the least.
I could just envision Quench Hydration having one of those Super Bowl commercials, right? Now, those are expensive commercials, don't get me wrong, but it seems like they just hit different. They're pretty funny, they're entertaining. Could you see yourself one day maybe doing a Super Bowl commercial?
Of course, Rich. Of course. You know, you don't want to talk to empty shells yet. So
Of
we'll
course.
make sure that we have that distribution ripe in America before doing that. You know, in my previous life, we had an endorsement agreement with Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
before he was Patrick Mahomes, so we got to ride that wave for a little bit. So very well versed in the NFL space. We sell to a number of teams in the National Football League already. I see you got a Cowboys helmet behind you.
Yes.
I've got a much
Yeah.
smaller one behind me, as that's always been a great relationship of ours. So I could see us doing that one day, but at the end of the day, we've got to have the distribution to meet that, and you know those conversations are ongoing. So you know, let's put a 3-year timeline on that, Rich.
Yeah, perfect. No, no, I'm not putting any timeline. I was just wondering. I think it would be pretty cool. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's really expensive. Those commercials are like what, like $1 million for like 30
30,
seconds?
yeah, 30
Some,
seconds, 30.
something like that, maybe even more. Like the price is crazy. But this is actually a Michael Irvin signed helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Irvin is a Hall of Famer. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. So it's like one of my greatest prized possessions. So I'm a huge sports fan, obviously, and I know you guys are as well. And you guys have done phenomenal. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew this, but when I did a tour of Nebraska with my daughter, that they actually held a volleyball game in their football stadium that had 92,000 fans at it.
I did know that. I did know that. I saw that documented. I've also had the privilege of spending some time with Michael Irvin.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah. So again,
Crazy.
in my previous life, we endorsed Des Bryant, and Michael did a
Oh, wow.
sit down with Des Bryant, and they were holding up our previous brands bottles when Des used to throw up the X.
Nice.
So yeah, Michael Irvin's a good dude. I did see what happened at Nebraska there, and that's awesome, right? College sports in the U.S. They're able to do staggering things, whether it's the outdoor hockey or what they're doing with volleyball. So it's pretty cool to see.
And is there anything else you want to tell the audience today before we sign off?
Still early days. It's still early days. We have a ton of momentum. We appreciate all the support so far, and I look forward to continuing these conversations and keeping the updates coming for everyone because you know there's a plethora of them.
This is John Celenza, the CEO of Quench Hydration, Cizzle Brands, Spoken Nutrition, lots of great products, and they're trying to help athletes have less sugar and better quality products to ingest into their bodies, which I think is great. And congratulations on all of your success, the CEO of Cizzle Brands, and two great products, Quench Hydration and Spoken Nutrition. Take a look at those products. They're now on shelves all over the place, including London Drugs. And I'm really, really excited to see what we're going to talk about on the next show. Thank you for joining us today, John.
Thanks for having me, Rich. Always enjoy it. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.